we've talked about a lot, but Packers and the Falcons. And actually, it's funny. You're getting chirped a little bit on there about the Falcons could be an easier game. But I'll tell you what, the Atlanta Falcons, what a comeback for them. Down 12 in the fourth quarter, steal one against the Falcons. But honestly, Brad, did they really steal it, or are the Falcons like sneaky good?
Verdict's still out for me. I mean, look, the Packers look really good for 3 quarters and somehow shit the bed in the fourth. So I'm not really ready to say that the Falcons are for real just yet. I think it's too early. Was it a great game? What did I expect the NFC South to look as good as they have so far? I mean, we have potentially 3 2-0 teams that are going to end week 2 in the NFC South. If you'd asked me that in the beginning of the season, I would have said you're nuts. But if the Saints come out with a win today, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have the Saints, the Falcons, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are going to be 2-0, which I'm just kind of blown away by. So I'm going to say, just because the Falcons are still very one-dimensional, they need a couple of pieces to actually be really good. But Bijan Robinson is that dude, and he was the one that took over that game and really kind of was the difference maker and why they ended up getting the dub.
Bijan's a stud, and you can see why we're saying about this running back position matter. Oh, it matters. They might not want to pay him on the second contract, but when you get him, there's a reason why, and especially for this Falcons team where they want to just run and pound the rock. And that was my one concern in this game. Could they come back from a deficit where they got to force Desmond Ridder to make more throws? And actually, if you scroll down a little bit right there, receiving wise, this is something that's interesting to me. Drake London came back to life. He had 0 receptions last week. He had 6 for 67 and a touchdown. But the fact that the Packers blew a 12-point lead, and maybe this tells more of a picture. The Falcons really dominated almost everything when you want to think about it. If you go down, I have in the team stats on my page here. But there it is right there looking at receiving. Bijan's involved in it. Yeah. So he had 19 carries on the day. Then you add in 4 receptions for 48. The guy he combined for over 170 yards of total offense for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, Tyler Algier had 16 carries, but let's paint this picture a little bit clearer. Falcons had 446 yards to Green Bay's 224. They did turn the ball over, but they had time of possession, controlled it for 36 minutes compared to the Packers 23-45. So Falcons, they proved that they could come back from a deficit, double-digit deficit with about 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And damn.
They had 13 unanswered points.
And you know what? So you can make the point, the Packers didn't do enough to close out the game. But for the second start for Jordan Love, not having Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, 2 of your top playmakers, I still thought he did a phenomenal job. And at the end of the day, he threw another 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he threw another 3 touchdowns. He was 14 for 25. I mean, I'm still on the Jordan Love train.
Oh, I'm not off it at all.
On the Love train still. I had a lot of feedback from viewers claiming that, they're not ready to be on that train, but I'm still there, never left. And yeah, I mean, 14 for 25, 151 and 3 touchdown passes. I mean, talk about efficient. The guy was that. A couple inaccurate throws, but it's to be expected from a rookie quarterback. Or not a rookie quarterback, but
he really is. This was his second career road start.
Yeah.
His first one was in Kansas City with everything when Rodgers had to miss it during the COVID year.
Right.
And the fact that you're missing your top 2 weapons, it to me, it says a lot. I think he's great. And I do think the Packers are going to be right in it for the NFC North, especially when they get healthy. And we're going to talk to it. That NFC North is kind of wide open. The Lions could have taken a little bit more control, but obviously the Seahawks had something to say on the game on Sunday. And I think we're going to see a very competitive division. But shout out to the Falcons. I think their style of football is the most different than any other team in football now. Want to run the ball. But if they can control the clock like they did, they're going to have a chance to win a lot more games than people might have expected.